Okay, welcome to the NEP for averages from listed data. Okay, so notes, examples, and practice for averages from listed data. So get your folder in your books or wherever you're writing your notes and write down that is your title up there. And then we're going to write the notes section. Okay, so averages help to find the typical or most likely result from a set of data. To find, and then we have four. We have the mean, the median, the mode, and the range. And we are going to write all of these down. Okay, so mean, we add all the numbers up and divide by how many numbers you have. The median, we put the data in order and select the middle number. The mode, we look for the most often outcome, or the two most often, which is bimodal. And the range, we calculate the biggest minus the smallest. This is the spread of data. So we want to write down all of those things, and then I'm going to colour code our work, okay? So once you've written all of that down, we're then going to look at our examples. So example number 1, find the mean, median, mode, and range from this list. Okay, so we're going to start with the mean. So the mean, what we want to do is we want to add all of the numbers up and then divide by how many numbers you have. So we're going to add them all up. To get 34, and then I need to divide 34 by how many numbers you have. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 34 divided by 8 equals 4.25. So that is the mean. Next, the median. So the median, we want to put the data in order. So I'll do that first. So I'll start with -9, -4, -3. And I'm just going to tick them off as I go. 2, 6, 12, 12, 18. I should have 8 of those. Good. And then select the middle number. So what we're going to do is we're going to cross off like this, one from each end, until we get 2. However, in this case, we are looking for the middle of these. Now, the easiest way to do that is to add them together and divide by 2, which is 4. So the median is 4. Okay, next, the mode. So the mode, we are looking for the most often. Now, it's easiest to do this from when they're in order. So actually our mode is 12 there. And then finally the range. And again, the range is easiest from when they're in order because the range is the biggest minus the smallest. So the biggest minus the smallest, so 18 minus -9 is 27, and that is my range. So that's the basic skill. And then we're moving on to question 2. So question 2 says, use the information provided to work out the 5 numbers. So we have 5 random numbers, and we have to work out what they are. Now, the first thing I'm going to use to help me is I'm going to use the median, because the median tells me the middle number has to be 5. There are 5 numbers, so there's A, B, C, D, and E. So the middle number has to be 5. There is a middle, and it is 5. The next thing I'm going to consider is I'm going to consider the mode. So the mode tells me that 3 is the most often number. So that means I have to have at least 2 lots of the number 3. And because these are in order, both of my 3's have to go down there. So I've got most of my numbers now. Well, I've got 3 of them. Okay, next I'm going to consider the range. So the range equals 7. So 7 is the biggest. So the biggest is going to be E minus the smallest, which is going to be A, which is 3. So what that means is E equals 10. So E equals 10. And then finally, I need to use the mean. So the mean is 6. Now what that means is if I add all of these up, so A plus B plus C plus D plus E, divide them by 5, it equals 6. But I actually already know what a lot of these are, so I'm going to put in my numbers. I still don't know D. And then I can add those up. So that comes to 21 plus D over 5 equals 6. And now I'm solving an equation. So if I times both sides by 5, I get 21 plus D equals 30, minus 21 minus 21, D equals 9. So 9 goes in there. So they are my 5 numbers. And the order you want to do them in is you want to do median probably first, then mode, then range, then mean. And we'll write that in our summary. Okay, question 3. The mean age of 5 boys is 14. Another boy joins and the new mean is 13. How old was the boy who joined? Okay, so we're going to think about what we know about the mean. So 5 boys is 14. So what that means is that A plus B plus C plus D plus E, so they're the boys, divided by 5 is 14. Now if I times by 5 on both sides, what that gives me the total, because the total is what we get when we add them all up like this, for 5 equals 70. So that is the total age of the 5 boys. And now I'm going to do the same with the second set of boys. So it says another boy joins and the new mean is 13. So now I have 6 boys. So I'm going to do the same, times by 6, times by 6. So the total for the 6 boys is 78. So what that means is that the boy who joined was 8 years old. Okay, now we're going to do our summary. We've got some important things here. So summary. Number 1, to find median if it is in the middle or if it is between 2, what we want to do is we want to do A plus B divided by 2. Okay, section 2, to find unknown numbers, use first the median, second the mode, third the range, and fourth the mean. And then number 3, for mean problems, always try to find the total. And the totals we get from doing the mean times by the number. Okay, so they're really important key points today because we're looking at some kind of problem solving. So we want to get that summary down nice and neatly, put some colour around it, make it really obvious, and then we'll move on to the practice questions. Okay, practice questions. So write these down somewhere on a piece of paper, on a whiteboard, in your workbooks, away from your notes, because you want those notes to stay nice and clear and tidy. If you get stuck, you can come and ask for help. Otherwise, just see if you can do these ones on your own. So question A, here are the answers. During 1 week in Inverness, the average temperatures were. Here are the temperatures. Find the mean, the median, the mode, and the range. So the mean, we add them all up. Divide by however many we've got. Equals, and that equals 8. Okay, next the median. For the median, we're going to put them in order. So starting with -3, and then -2, -1, 4, 5, 5, and then we want to find the middle. Okay, so it's between these two, and remember what we can do is we can add them together and divide by 2. So that is my median. Okay, next the mode. Remember the mode is nice and helpful from our list. So our mode is 5. And our range is the biggest minus the smallest. Don't forget that double minus. So the range is 8. Okay, question 2. Complete the tables using the information provided. And our order was median, mode, range, mean. Okay, so now question 1, we don't have a median, so I'm going to start with the mode. The mode is 2, so that means I'm going to have 2 2s. And I know they're going to go at the bottom because the mean is bigger than 2. Now the mean is 2 plus 2 plus something divided by 3 equals 4. So that's how we set up the mean. Times by 3 times by 3, so 4 plus x equals 12. So x equals 8. So 8 goes in there. Okay, next one, median and range. So I'm going to start with median. So the median is the middle. So the middle one has to be a 4. And in fact, the range means we could go anywhere on either side of this. So if this is going to be a 1, then that has to be a 6. But you could also have 2 and 7, 3 and 8, or 4 and 9. You couldn't have 5 and 10 because the 4 has to be in the middle. So any of those 4 answers are fine. Or in fact, you could have 0 and 5. Anything with a range of 5. Okay, question 3, mean, median and range. So let's start with the median. Median is 10. So 10 goes here. And now we have a bit of a problem. So my range is 7, but I don't have either of those numbers, and I have to have this mean here. So I'm going to call this x, and I'm going to call this x plus 7, because that has to be 7 more. So then, to work out the mean, x plus 10 plus x plus 7 divided by 3 numbers, 1, 2, 3, equals 8. Times 3 times 3. And then we have up here, we have 2x plus 17 equals 24. So 2x equals 7 and x equals 3.5. So this is 3.5 here. And then x plus 7 is 10.5. So they are my numbers there. Okay, final question. The mean of 5 numbers is 30. A number is taken away. The new mean is 20. What number was taken away? So the mean of 5 numbers is 30. So what we want is we want to look for our totals. So the total for 5, remember we have to do the mean times by the number. So that's 150. Then a number's taken away. So now we have the total for 4, which is 20 times 4, which is 80. So the number that's been taken away is 70. So remember those skills for that, because the problem solving type questions are important that you can follow those steps. So if you want to recap them again, go back through your summary, do that now.